It has been a bit of time, kind of scratching my head about the old man in the sea type project. Um, but as we kind of set up the front suspension and the rear suspension on cradle right here, just to kind of allow to be welded solid. It's very solid on there now. Sits on the frame table, and from there we'll be able to adjust it. As far as the wheel spacing front to back, and then making sure that they're parallel to each other and square to where we want to go. So what I've decided, just kind of doing a lot of work on drawings, etc., is that I'm going to be running this frame material right through here. This is always kind of the plan. So dimensionally, everything really works out amazingly well with our 10% bump up on the scale from the 1 to 18 scale vehicle. Here, this piece here, and all the kind of inner rocker and the outer rocker, that's all rotted. That's going to be cut out. The frame will go in here, and there's going to be a Z-shaped piece I'm getting broken up, which will basically totally surround the frame all the way around from the inside to the outside. And it should fit in without not a lot of intrusion. You'll see right here, it's kind of some marker on it. Again, look, a lot of this is rotten and we'll be cutting that out. But basically what I'll be able to do by putting this piece in here, this Z-shaped piece, will support the floor. It will connect to the cross member right here, right there. It will fit just inside the door. It will come up on the door a little bit. In fact, you can see a mark right there, how far it will go up. So it won't be a huge intrusion in the cab, but it will allow the frame that I want to get done. So you'll notice after stripping the carpet out that there is a lot of kind of rot in that rocker area. Of course, that's all going to be cut out anyways. But right there on the B pillar, that Z-shaped piece will be welded in there right across the bottom of the rockers. They will be replaced as well. My plan is to use these 3x3 leftover pieces from my frame table. They'll be welded to the temporary inner rockers on both sides. They'll be welded, yes, to that side, and a piece of frame will be welded from here right across and then tacked down to the floor. So the idea is that the floor will kind of be supported by, if you imagine, there's a connection now between the B pillar, the rockers, and then the A pillar. The whole upper part stays firm. This runs across to the other rocker on the opposite side. And then by tacking that, when I put that frame piece across and tack to the floor should be pretty much solidly held in place while I cut that all out and put the new piece in there, the Z piece that I'm talking about. So that's the plan. At this point, I'm also working on clearing things out of the way. I had to take a lot of sort of, I think it was basically sound deadening, amazing amount of sound deadening in this vehicle. There's even, if you look right along the edge of the door, that black is like a strip of rubber. It runs all the way around the door. It's just amazing. And it's nailed in place, and perhaps it helps to hold the upholstery on. But I think also has to do with, I think, some pretty advanced thinking around sound deadening. This whole firewall here was just coated inside and out with sound deadening material. So I'm excited. Like I said, the floor is actually pretty good. The transmission tunnel is pretty solid. And dimensionally, believe it or not, it works out pretty well that this cab will work with the 10% bump in the original C-type dimensions. All right, so I'm going to be pulling the parking brake out now to make a bit of room. and away we go.